That's what we're here for. Stan Longinidis and Masaaki Satake, the world super heavyweight title. And you watched as both fighters came into the ring. Satake on screen there now. This is Longinidis, a new look Stan the man. And the hopes of all Australians hinge on Stan Longinidis here tonight. He's put his world titles up for grabs. Satake, of course, with that last start victory over the top of Stanley. But it's back on home soil tonight for Longinidis. And the man, the first fighter ever to give up a world title because he felt he never ever earned it, speaks volume for the caliber of this fellow. The national anthem. This packed house here at the Sports and Entertainment Centre here in Melbourne, Victoria.
Ladies and gentlemen, just one very special guest to step in and wish both contestants good race, good wishes. Would you welcome to ringside triple champion boxer Jeff Penny.
Howardly introducing our former champion and Jeff Fennig at 29 years of age. Masaaki Satake is undoubtedly Japan's leading kickboxer who began fighting 12 years ago and turned professional only 3 years ago, and boy has he left a mark.
He certainly has, and tonight will prove what sort of fighter he really is. Unfortunately, he beat Stan in Japan, but there was a lot of controversy over the 7-hour wait that Stan had to wait before the fight, but Masaaki Satake is definitely a good fighter, and he is a champion, but we'll see what happens now. But I personally believe it's going to be a war.
Well, the interesting fact out of this, Nick, is that both these fighters, and Satake of late has come out of the jet center of the United States, where Stan Longinidis basically got his start in the sport. So he's probably had a little bit of an insight as to the Longinidis tactics and the skills of Longinidis over the period of time. And if that's going to be a downfall tonight, it could have been that experience to be able to pick the brains of those who perhaps brought Longinidis up to where we know him today.
Yeah, well, Longinidis, I met up with him in 88 in the Jet Centre, and he's come a long way since then. We all know he's the ambassador to the kickboxing scene in Australia. And Masaaki Satake, this is the first time he's done a 12-rounder. The last fight was a 5-rounder, which Stan stood toe-to-toe with him for the whole 5 rounds. Even though Stan lost on points, I don't think, you know, there would have been a problem if it had gone any further. I think from what I saw that Stan would have outsmarted him after the 5th round, but tonight will prove it. Tonight we'll be able to see how healthy and how fit and how strong Stan the man is.
Well, our first Australian world champion, and tonight, can he retain all those titles? The world super heavyweight title up for grab tonight. Let's go see the ring, Howard.
Representing the World Kickboxing Association, Mr. Bob Jones and his team. Representing the International Sport Karate Association, Dr. Peter Lewis and Shane Keppel. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the revenge. 12 rounds for the undisputed International Sport Karate Association and World Kickboxing Association Super and Heavyweight Championships of the World. In the blue corner, from Shinjuku, Nihon, Japan. He is 28 years of age. He's been 12 years in martial arts. Champion Karate of Japan 5 times. He is 185 centimeters tall. Holder UKF Muay Thai Heavyweight Championship of the World. 101 professional karate and boxing bouts. He has met Maurice Smith, Branko Sikatic, among many champions of the world, with Adam Watt assisting in the corner. Kare wa Nihono Idol Day, Koen O Anorimas, scaling 94.8 kilograms. Would you welcome from Tokyo, Japan, Masaaki Satake. Revering the Tiger, occupying the red corner from Taylors Lakes, Melbourne, Victoria, Australia, wearing Collingwood colours, black and white. 33 bouts, 2 losses, 1 draw, 23 by knockout. He holds 8 World, American, South Pacific, Intercontinental and Australian Championships, scaling 94.9 kilograms, with Dana Goodson in the corner. Would you welcome the genesis of global glory and championship qualities, defending champion, Stand the Man, Longinidis. Stepping up for his 3rd World Championship match, Mr. Joseph Lanciana.
Nick Zachariah, we're set to rumble. The boys coming into centre ring. Satake has been on the move from the very first moment that we've come into the ring. Let's have a listen to see what Joe Lanciano has to say.
So protect yourselves at all times. Okay, let's touch close for the first and last round only. Let's rumble.
Joe Lanciano caught up in the hype of this particular fight. And as I said before, Satake has not stopped the whole time. Even when the Australian national anthem was on, he was bouncing around, and Longinidis looking across.
Satake definitely a strong warrior, very strong fighter.
Well, looking at Longinidis, I haven't seen him as taut, as trim, and as fit as he's looking here tonight. I think this one is much, much better prepared for than the last time they met. Longinidis known for the power in his hands. Straight away, finds the mark, left hand. Great sportsman in Australia, all around, soccer player, boxer.
Longinidis is hungry, and he wants to take him out real quick. Satake seems to be just brushing him off.
The right hand of Longinidis over the top, hits the Japanese. And he comes back with a smile. The eye of the tiger. The last time these two fought, my mail tells me that Longinidis took rounds 1 and 2, then the Japanese came back with 3, 4 and 5. And Longinidis has found range already. Japanese walks into another one, comes back and smiles. Almost as if to say, that's the best you can give me, although I can see a trickle of blood from the Japanese mouth already. So, Longinidis.
Longinidis is very hungry, very keen dropping.
Now you'll see Stan, in my opinion, do enormous amount of work on the thighs of the Japanese, because he's just a powerful leg kicker. But then again, the Japanese, the last time they fought, also did plenty of damage on Stan's legs as well, using their hands early in this fight. 12 2-minute rounds. In fact, Longinidis just looks the fitter of the two. The Japanese, big, strong, but not tight in the body. Longinidis working to the inside of the leg. Flicks out the left hand. And Satake comes back with a grin on his Longinidis' face.
He certainly did. He was very, very happy and smiley that round. Stan's a very serious fighter first round, very serious and coming very strong. I would give that round definitely to Stan. Would you agree, Rob?
I would agree, but I just, I really am, we have a look on replay here at the moment, I'm really intrigued by the grins that Satake comes up with. He's gone straight back to his corner. Good left hand by Longinidis there, comes back in, tries to kick inside. But Satake walked back to the corner as if to say, don't worry guys, everything's all cool. Have a look here, you can see the smiles on the face here now. Now, whether it's the bluff, whether it's the con, Stan, flailing punches, both fighters throwing leather, but not landing. And at the moment, Longinidis perhaps scoring the greater with those inside leg kicks, and also scoring much better with his hands. Seconds out for round 2. Joe Lanciano says to the international visitor, just hold for 1 second. And Longinidis strolls out. Round 2.
Beautiful front Gary from Stan the Man. Nice jabbing.
Longinidis with the hands. And that's where the damage is being done. We'll try and have a look again. He's found the inside of that left thigh. And that's starting to really blow up on the Japanese already. Lacks a little bit in height and reach. But at the moment is having no problems getting through the Japanese's defence.
No problem whatsoever. Stan is very accurate, very sharp with his combinations. You can see the Jap is, Satake is very alert, very alert. Nice left thigh kick by Stan.
Stan completely focused. Satake just not finding the range of those leg kicks. Longinidis found it and followed it up with a good right hand. Taken on the gloves of Satake. And the interesting thing, Stan, at this present point of time, quite prepared to do all the work with the hands.
A very sharp Stan tonight, you see. A very sharp Stan, very quick with his left jabs.
I think we've got to remember, this is Longinidis' town. 30 seconds left in the second round. Good body shots, but they were taken on the upper part. There's a good right hand from Longinidis. The Japanese still stands in centre ring. Looking for the inside. Not finding it.
Satake doesn't seem to be bothered by the punching power of Stan the Man at the moment.
I'm watching. There's a good ploy here of Longinidis. As soon as the legs start to move with the Japanese, Longinidis is over the top with the hands. Trying to catch him unbalanced. We know the punching power of Longinidis. It's awesome. And if the Japanese lets that guard down for 1 second, and we saw it earlier on in the night in one of the early fights with one of the young fellas leading for 3 rounds and all of a sudden letting the guard drop, the concentration lapse, and it was good night. Longinidis again will capitalise on any mistake this Japanese makes.
Stan the Man. Now you know why they call him the Man.
Over the top by Satake on all occasions then. Longinidis stalking in the centre of the ring. The Japanese perhaps scoring there with a leg kick. Inside. Longinidis prepared to flick it out. Not a lot of power in the legs of the Japanese.
Very much so. Masaaki Satake is a very powerful fighter. He's got an incredible aura about him. It doesn't seem to be bothering him. The punching, kicking power by Stan doesn't seem to be bothering him. Keeps on smiling and he seems to be having fun, it looks like to my eyes. Satake's certainly having fun out there, and
Longinidis
I think he's warming up. I think the guy's warming up.
Longinidis a little red under that right eye. Keep an eye on it for me. Nick Zachariah co-commentating with me here tonight at the Sports and Entertainment Centre in Melbourne, Victoria. Satake. Shortly, in my opinion, will have to start lifting the work rate.
I believe Satake could be just pacing himself because he's the first 12th rounder he's done. He could be starting off slow just to pace himself with Stan.
Finds range. And the crowd love it. Whatever Longinidis can give, Satake at the moment can take. As a world champion in his corner. far as the Queensbury rules are concerned. And there's been plenty of glove work done, I dare say, in the gym with Satake, because they would know the awesome punching power of Longinidis. Spinning back kick. Just a little off range for Longinidis. With the respect these guys have got for one another. Stork trying to get through. As soon as the legs of the Japanese move, Longinidis comes in with the hands over the top.
Yes, he does, and Stan's punching combinations are very sharp, but it seems like Satake is wearing them pretty good on the jaw, like beautiful. Very strong jawline. You'd think he's got a cast iron jaw. I know Stan's a hard puncher.
Well, we've seen many Japanese fighters come out here to this country, world champions, and they can take some punishment, believe me. Over the top, off the top of the shoulder of Satake. The Australian's point of view, and I don't want to sound too parochial, the good thing Longinidis so far, even though he lacks it in range, he's found the target. Satake stalks him. The bell ends the round. Interesting round.
Very interesting round. That was a very, very close round.
It was a better round for Satake.
It certainly is, and I'm just wondering to myself, you know, 12 rounders is a long amount of time, but Satake seems to be pacing himself.
Well, as we said before, it was only 5 rounds, of course, over in Japan when they last fought, so he could afford to come out and throw everything at Stan, but mentally, physically, better prepared. Longinidis, beautiful left hand. Have a look at that. And Satake's just taken it. Move back quickly. Puts the hands high. Longinidis with that peekaboo stance, looking between the gloves. And he knows sometimes a defeat from someone such as Satake doesn't hurt, like in any sport. Often defeat can bring victory in many ways. Can Stan Longinidis do his country proud and do himself proud tonight? He's got a tough opponent in Masaaki Satake.
Beautiful combination by Stan, but didn't just quite catch Satake.
Satake starting to use the legs a little higher now. Looking to the midriff.
Stan there catching him with the right cross, just catching him, but doesn't seem to bother the Japanese Masaaki Satake.
Love the cheeky look at Satake. Cops one, comes back smiling. Stan, unfortunately, just not hitting in the right spot, coming across the back of the head of Satake, finding the range. Well, that one was on the button. And given a chance, Longinidis will march straight in. A bit better round for the Japanese, the last. And Longinidis loading up with the leg kicks. Got one taken on top of the thigh, almost to the hip region. A little bit of a welt. The inside of Satake's left thigh starting to get very, very red. Both powerful boys. The kick of Satake taken more to the back of Longinidis.
You've got to pay respect for the two boys. They're both tough, they're both strong, and they're both very fit. No telling which way this fight's going to go at this moment.
A little bit of stalking going on here. Longinidis stands his ground in the centre of the ring. Cooking, opening, throws him back into the neutral corner of the bell. Comes to the aid of both fighters. And looking at the corner of Satake. Watch that thumbing hand coming over the top. I'm sure that's what he's saying.
We go to the replay.
Longinidis. Clubbing, there's that hand, clubbing over the top. As we said before, the range just not quite there. But enough of them will do enough damage.
Definitely so. Enough damage to slow him down. See the right coming across there. Bam.
Stan caught him right on the nose then, but have a look at Satake. Drop the hands, have a look at you. Okay. You want to keep coming? Not there.
He's a happy person, isn't he? Masaaki Satake, true warrior.
Love the
true
attitude.
Japanese warrior. He's incredible. He really is. Stan's punching power is strong. He seems to be coming into it. I don't know what to say except...
well, I haven't worked the Japanese out yet, I'll be honest. He's almost got that lackadaisy approach, as if to say, well, hang on, you haven't seen what I can produce yet. And when you do, look out.
I think in another couple of rounds, you'll see the Japanese fire right up. I think he's just playing time here. He knows he hasn't done 12 rounds before, and he wants to pace himself.
This is round 5. Longinidis looking to build up points early. And has thrown plenty of leather. Now Satake's hands much higher. Plenty of power in that kick from Satake. Stan comes up underneath, met on the gloves. Satake working to the top of the thigh of Longinidis. Longinidis turning. No shin check. And Longinidis just not being able to capitalise as the Japanese attempts to spin kick. Left and right combination, just falling into Longinidis.
Very good cover-up from Longinidis. Covers up very well as Satake goes in. He covers up, knows how to move back.
Longinidis, I get the impression just in this round, this one might be a little bit of a breather. Good kick from Longinidis. The corner bangs for Satake. They want him to move. Now he marches up to Longinidis. They can sense there might be something wrong with the Australian. And the Australian's giving it back too. I reckon this is the round for Satake. Longinidis in a little bit of trouble. Up underneath Satake. Catches him with the top of the head. Clash of heads. Satake looking to end Longinidis early in the night. In a spot of honor. Now the funny left hand on the top catches Satake.
Satake seems to be very strong through this round.
Well, as soon as the corner started banging on the canvas, I really knew something was about to happen. And Satake raises the hand as if to say, now I'm going to start.
What a fantastic round. What's to come next? What's to come next? Satake is just starting to fire up.
Stan Longinidis, to me, in that round in a spot of bother. Dana Goodson slapping the face. Let's have a look. Clash of heads. Joe Lanciano forewarning them. Satake, Stan underneath. But caught a couple early, Longinidis, and that did the damage. Over the top. Catches Satake. Again, well, whatever Longinidis can hit him with, Satake just comes up with that wry smile again. And I'm just looking at Stan, just looking a little lazy. Not lazy from the mind, but lazy from taking just a little bit of punishment. This has been a fast and furious 5 rounds. And the Japanese walking away as if to say, hang on.
Unbelievable. What an unbelievable round that was.
He bounces out of the corner.
With a smile on his face.
Longinidis has an enormous amount at stake here. Every world title he holds. And Joe Lanciano just making sure that they wipe that corner. This is the round I think Longinidis is going to have to put it on the line. Because I think Satake has had a little bit of a sniff. And we'll want to go on with it. Longinidis, wide-eyed, flicking out the left hand. All good body shot.
Satake, very powerful leg kick. And he loves it. He wants more. You can see it on his face. He just wants more. But Stan comes across with a left cross connection. Beautiful connection by Stan.
Connection, but Satake doesn't even rock.
Unbelievable.
Now, Longinidis, new tactics. Is he going to make the Japanese follow him round? Make him march up to him? Or is he going to stand and mix it in the centre of the ring? Good right hand from Satake. Caught Longinidis. Just getting through. Satake going for the body. Longinidis over the top of the left hand. Haven't seen the leg power of Longinidis tonight yet. The right hand of Satake just breaks the defence of Longinidis. Longinidis looking for the big uppercut. Wasn't there. Taken on the gloves of Satake.
Longinidis needs to put him away. Really needs to put him away bad, but
I think the longer the fight goes, the better the Japanese will go.
Seems that way.
But this could also be a game of bluff. Lazy kick from the Japanese. Longinidis pops one on the top of the forehead. Don't know what to make of that round. Both fighters, I get the impression at the moment, probably just still trying to see that one out. But I tend to agree with you, Nick. I really believe if Longinidis is going to win this fight, I don't think he can let it go too much longer.
Well, we're up to the 7th round, and if Stan wants to win this fight, he better pull some trick out of his hat here, because if it gets any further than 7...
Longinidis in centre ring. Built up the points early in the fight, but the Japanese slowly, just edging his way back into it. I thought round 5, an enormous round for him, and had the Australian in a spot about it, but Longinidis has got courage, has got pride.
Definite modern-day warriors, Rob. Both these top athletes are hard at it. They're both hungry, and they both want to come out in first place.
Dana Goodson. Last few words to Longinidis. Once he takes the step forward, you're on your own, and it's a lonely world out there.
It sure is.
Longinidis and Satake, Australia and Japan. The Japanese has the ascendancy in the latter part of these few rounds. Longinidis over the top of the clubbing right hand. Slip from Longinidis, no damage done.
It is a slippery floor out there tonight.
As I said before, the Japanese came out early, over the top from Longinidis. Japanese was out early, looking at the ring, sizing it up, and even pacing it to find out how far it can walk from corner to corner. The left hand through, the left hand of Longinidis catches him, but he's still there upright. This crowd coming to their feet, looking for Longinidis to put him away. Stan, the chant goes up. Now the corner taps come from the Japanese. The Japanese doesn't answer though. Longinidis over the top. You've got to do better. Satake gives him just a little bit of encouragement. There's a good right hand from Longinidis. Good left hand. The Japanese comes back with a good kick. Longinidis scoring well. Just over 20 seconds left of the round. A good one for Longinidis. No, thank you. Signals to Satake. You've missed. Giving him a little bit of his own now.
A very confident Stan, 7th round.
Watching the Japanese flicking that left thigh, or that left leg back very, very quickly now. Some good marks. Longinidis is starting to do some good work inside. Dying stages of this round. And a better one for the Australian. To the outside. Trying to take the legs from underneath. And I'd have to say, good round for Longinidis. And for the first time in the fight, Satake now is just starting to look a little drained.
I think Satake's left leg is definitely hurt. You can see the blue and red bruising on his leg. Definitely a strong bout there for Stan. I would have given that round to Stan. 8th round.
Let's have a look on replay. And good right hand. Again, we see the leg kick to the outside. But the damage is done on the inside of Satake. And if we can pick it up on replay, we might be able to see Stan let go with a shot, because he's been doing a considerable amount of work. A lot of checking with that left leg of Stan, bringing the knee up high. Have a look at the inside of that left thigh of Satake's. There it comes. Doesn't look much, a kick like that, Nick, but those freaking little kicks, there's a lot of power in them.
And after you've popped a few of those, you definitely start to feel a bit of pain in your thigh.
No, thank you, referee. And Longinidis rushing out of the corner. This is round 8.
Crowd's cheering Stan on. As you can hear in the background, the crowd is going crazy, and Stan just wants to drop this opponent of his, Masaaki Satake, still strong.
Try to take the legs out from under Stan. Good contact with the thigh of Longinidis. Good right hand, flicking left hand, and good body shots coming from Satake. And Longinidis says, you haven't given me your best shot either. Satake's corner, urging, banging the canvas. And Longinidis walking forward all the time. High kick over the top, Longinidis ducking, good vision. And we're starting to see Longinidis doing all the walking up.
Satake has slowed down. A little bit tight, a little bit more sloppier than before.
Just watch Stan, a glance down at that inside thigh, and immediately goes for it. He knows where the damage is being done. Again, had a glance down. And Satake, every time Longinidis fires out the left hand, lifts up that left leg. 35 seconds left in this round 8. High kick of Satake's taken on the shoulder of Longinidis. Longinidis over the top, gets away out of trouble. You can hear the corner of the Japanese banging. Got to lift the work rate. Longinidis doing well in the round again. Flick out the left hand. Satake starting to look a little tight. But Satake holds his breath. Cops one on the chin again from Longinidis and signals, I'm still here. It was loaded, Nick, but it never came.
Definitely a happy couple of punches, eh?
Good round for Longinidis.
Two happy fighters. Just love the feeling of getting punched in the head, I think. Unbelievable. True modern-day warriors. Masaaki Satake and Stan Longinidis. 9th round.
Let's have a look and see if we can see where the uppercut came from Longinidis. And then followed it up again, and the Japanese signalled. That hand coming over the top. Must be tough, the Japanese. Hasn't even marked hardly on the face. And has taken some enormous shots from the Australian. Stalking. Poking out the left hand, Longinidis. There it is. It comes back. We won't see it. Longinidis in the corner. And Dana Goodson.
Second shot, round 9 coming up. 9 off 12.
His mentor at the Fitzroy All-Stars gym here in Melbourne. Satake. This is round 9. 9 of 12. Notice this Longinidis made a lot of noise. Taken pretty well on the gloves. Again taken on the gloves.
Stan's probably just trying to wear him out a bit now on the 9th round.
Longinidis is not marked to the midriff at all. And the Japanese just coming over the top, looking to land some big bombs. Longinidis just looking a little bit relaxed for mine. Stanley, you've got to get those hands up. That's better. The Japanese is the type of fighter, Nick, give him a sniff and I think you'll open the door for him.
I think so.
Stan's hands have dropped considerably. Now the peekaboo stance. The corner of Satake signalling. Time to move. Left hand to the body. Left hand over the top of Longinidis. Again, left hand. But the Japanese can take those. Trying to size Longinidis up. Took the kick, took the punch.
Stan's got to keep his hands up. I can see Satake lining him up.
Stan every now and then just has a bit of a glance down at that thigh. I just get the feeling that if Stan doesn't keep that peekaboo stance up, the Japanese is going to find range. He knows he's probably down on points. Longinidis comes up and has a look and cops one, and again Satake comes back in. And it doesn't look a lot in them, but when you're that big and you're copping those on the beak all the time, they take their toll. Longinidis' hands blow. A little tired looking. Slumping. Pops the left hand.
And we're into round 10.
I hope, and I try not to be too parochial in this case, I hope that was a breather for Longinidis because he came out looking very, very tired.
Longinidis has been throwing more combinations, I believe, than Masaaki Satake, and he has been putting out heaps. I mean, you know, this is a really important fight for Stan. I don't think the crowd really realises how much emphasis and importance goes into winning this fight. I mean, Stan has to win this fight.
Well, to tell you the pressure that's being portrayed here tonight, to be quite honest, these two fighters are the types of fighters that end fights in 3 to 6 rounds. Tonight, we're now up to 10. Now, neither fighter can put one another away. They've both taken some enormous shots, and I think that just tells you straight away the respect that these two guys have got, the punishments that they can take.
You got to respect the two boys.
Satake. This will be the round. Satake will come out with guns blazing.
Round 10 here.
Longinidis taking in the air, the deep breaths.
And it's on again. Whoa. Beautiful left cross by Stan Longinidis. Stan's got to keep those hands up.
Quickly comes back. And come forward, the Japanese corner's yelling. Come forward, come forward. Well, that's easy to say when you're turning around and walking into a formidable opponent like Longinidis. Looping left hand, mile off the mark. Satake looks underneath, tries to work to the body, drags Longinidis across with that left hand. The corner of Longinidis yelling at jab, 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 jab. Again, Longinidis looks at the leg of Satake. And Satake gets a sniff. Longinidis in a spot bobber into the neutral corner. Comes back. The Japanese springs out. Longinidis over the top.
Longinidis don't want to give him nothing. He just wants to keep on fighting.
Oh, one moment he looks in trouble, then just comes back. The crowd urging Longinidis on. Again works to that thigh, the inside leg. Uppercut of Satake. Off the mark. Longinidis stalking again.
I personally believe Satake needs a knockout to win this because Stan is way ahead on him on points. From what I can see, Stan scored more on him through these rounds than he has got from Satake.
That noise you can hear in the background is the corner of Satake, wanting him to move in. The bell ends round 10. And Satake signalling to the crowd, that was my round. I have my doubts.
It was a very close round, that one. They both scored a lot evenly in the points, I would say.
Well, the Japanese taking the early points from mine and Longinidis answering back. But I think what Stan's got to do, and I think you summed it up pretty well, good left hand, what Stan's got to do now is just keep out of trouble and just build up those points. Goodson was screaming to him early, jab, 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 move and jab. Because I think, to be quite honest, Nick, every shot that Satake's taken has been pretty good from Stan, and he's still there.
He's a tough boy, Satake.
And vice versa, for that matter, too, for Longinidis.
Yeah, both tough boys. Satake seems to have a cast iron jaw. He's got some nice left hooks and rights off Stan. He smiles at Stan.
This is round 11.
This is a favour for Stan, and I think Stan, I have a feeling right now that Stan's going to just go nuts in this round. Let's see what happens.
It's taken his time to come out. And the Japanese, quick, flicks out, looks up for a right hand to follow it up. Left shot to the body. Longinidis over the top of that left hand. That's the punch that's been scoring well for him. The Japanese now starting to work on the leg of Longinidis. Thought I would have seen a little bit more use of the legs in this fight. Longinidis says, sorry. No damage done. I'm going to do the damage to the inside of that thigh, and it's starting to really blow up. Satake's.
A tight stand.
A very tight Longinidis. 11 rounds, over the top.
Incredible explosion there from Stan. Just seems to just explode every few seconds. He just lets out.
Left hand, Longinidis caught the Japanese. And the Japanese saying, not in my country, don't do it in yours.
Yes, he was.
I don't think there was much in it. Not a lot in it at all. Another fighter. Giving an inch in centre ring. Stalking. Looking for the one that could end it. Good left hand. Longinidis scoring. Over the top. The Japanese doesn't find range. That one comes through. And the Japanese saying he's hanging on to the back of me. Those round leg kicks starting to get a little bit tired of the Japanese. Longinidis saying, no thanks. No powering those. I can take as many of those as you want to give me. Comes back now. It's Satake. It's Satake. Drops the head and scores. Longinidis catches him with a good one.
Longinidis' left thigh is definitely red, isn't it?
And Satake's corner, the impression I got there was that they felt they won the round.
Stan very strong, keeps on coming.
Dana Goodson taking the pressure off Longinidis' legs. And you can see Longinidis, with all due respect, a little distressed. Here we have them on replay again. Good inside leg kick from Satake, coming from the bad leg. Just throws him away. Satake saying, that's not right. But nothing much in it at all.
Satake wasn't impressed with that, I'd say.
Well, what's round 12 going to give us? Is it going to go to a judge's decision, or will we see a knockout? This is it. The World Super Heavyweight Final. Satake to rumble. Satake signaling, come out and get me. Joe Lanciano brings the both fighters together. They touch gloves. Bell signals round 12. Satake opens up. Leg kicks. Longinidis over the top and underneath. Over the top again from Longinidis. The Japanese looking for an uppercut in close. Longinidis hangs on. Lanciano. Joey bringing fighters together. Longinidis coming over the top, looking to use the punching power. The Japanese working underneath with the legs. Can't get through Longinidis. I must admit, Satake looks a little fresher.
He's a very fresh, healthy man, I say, Rob. Satake seems to be very fit. Still very fit, not sweating a great deal compared to Stan.
Stanley, get the hands up. Satake's got a sniff. So far, this round's his. Longinidis looking for an opening. Is he going to let him wear himself out? Satake finds range. Now Longinidis comes back at him. Good round for Satake. Longinidis exhausted. Satake now drops the hands. This allows Longinidis to come back at him. Again looking for the shot across the top. Doesn't find it. The right hand finds the mark. Doesn't slow the Japanese down any at all, Nick.
Not at all. Stan's a very tired person at the moment, but he seems to keep dropping his hand. I'm a bit worried that
left hand of Satake finds the mark. Longinidis looks for the inside. Kick to the midriff. Right hand of Satake finds Longinidis back on the ropes. Both fighters dog it. Left and right combinations. Longinidis stands in centre ring. Absolutely exhausted. Satake can't put him away. And Satake signals the fight's his. It goes 12 rounds. I'll leave it to the referees. I will not touch this at all.
It's a very tight fight. I really I'll have to agree with you. It's toe for toe and tat for tat, as they say. And
don't go away. We'll be reading out the scorecards.
Tarsus Madridi's coming into centre ring. And like us, doesn't know which way to go here, I'm sure. I know his heart will be with Stan Longinidis, as will every Australian.
Come on, ladies and gentlemen.
Did plenty of work early enough to build up points for mine. Had a little bit of lapse around round 5. The Japanese come back and then again come back in round 7 and 8. The Japanese just finished on the pressure for mine. I think we might go centre ring because I'm sure Howard Lee will know the score before we do. And as we said before, Stan Longinidis putting an awful lot at stake here in his hometown of Melbourne. The boy from Taylor's Lakes, will he continue in the fight game? He must win this. Satake smiling, quite happy, quite convinced that this world super heavyweight title is his.
A very close fight tonight, Rob. A very close fight, but which way it's going to go, we'll only have to wait and find out.
Japanese television out here as well, and you can see Stan the man in the corner there. And very, very weary. He's given it everything. He's worked twice as hard as he has for any other encounter. Could not have done any more coming into this fight.
Stan has had a lot of pressure on him since he lost against Satake in Japan. And
well, when you have a record as imposing as that, and you're at the top for so long, I mean, you come out and the public just expect you to win every time you step into the ring. And like, you know, when you've got challengers coming at you from every country, and as quick as they come, it's a big ask.
it certainly is.
Satake in his corner moves to the centre of the ring. Whether this is the site, whether this is what I think the referees have made up their decision now. Goes to the neutral corner, goes over to Longinidis' corner, and Longinidis with his back to him so far. And the hype, no one has moved from their seat. Everyone has stood as one here at this entertainment centre. I estimate the crowd between 7,000 and upwards. Both fighters embrace in centre ring. The respect. Former Japanese world boxing champion there in Satake's corner. And the referee, Joe Lanciano, has both fighters. And I still stay. I can't pick a winner at this stage. Let's go centre ring. Let's see what Joe Lanciano, see whose hand's going to be risen here. Howard Lee asking for the ring to be cleared.
Could everybody move back, please? No, just away from there, please, guys. Sorry, Tom. Everybody, you're in camera range. Thank you. Please move back.
And
ladies and gentlemen,
here's Howard Lee.
Judge, could I have the music off, please, Bill? It's very close, this. Ladies and gentlemen, Judge Bryce Birtwistle, Australia, has it 117, 115 in favour of Stan the Man. Ladies and gentlemen, Judge Taro Wakabe Ashi from Japan has Stan the Man 110, Satake 120. Ladies and gentlemen, the final card, the deciding card from George Sakurai, Australia. He gives it 115 Stan, 115 Satake, a drawn contest. Still the heavyweight champion of the world, Stan the Man Longinidis.
Well, three judges, an enormous margin from the Japanese judge of 120 to 110, and only 2 points from the Australian, 117 to 115. Interesting. The Australians see it tighter. The Japanese saw a 10-point margin. I don't know whether personally myself I could see a 10-point margin in that fight.
No, I don't think.
But then again, I don't fill out the scorecards.
From Australia, we will talk on behalf of Satake. Adam Watt, could you please come forward? Could everybody move away, please? We're on national television.
Definitely a fitter person, Satake, than Stan through this. I think that's where the Japanese judge probably was a little bit more kinder in the points in that round.
Well, we're talking about three judges, three different vantage points around the ring. I suppose we're lucky. We've got the monitor here in front of us to be able to pick and choose. But as I said before, I would not personally have given it 10 points. I saw it a closer contest than that. The Japanese finishing off the better.
Masaaki Satake, come on, wasn't he fantastic, ladies and gentlemen? All the way from Tokyo, a marvellous competitor, a very gracious sportsman.
Will there be a rematch?
Well, I suppose the score's still Satake's way, isn't it?
Certainly is.
Stan, the man, Longinidis, retains his world heavyweight titles and put them on the line tonight, which I thought personally was a pretty bold move. But I suppose in your own hometown, your own home crowd behind you. And we'll go centre ring now and just see what Howard Lee can get out of Masaaki Satake in English.
I want one more fight.
You want to fight more?
Thank you everybody.
Well, the picture tells the story. Big Zachariah, Satake is quite happy, smiling.
Adam, you speak both English and Japanese. What was the feeling in the corner after the decision? Unhappiness or just shock? How would you record that?
Definitely shocked, but just sets it up for a bigger rematch in Tokyo, I guess. We thought... we like sportsmanship. Japan, Australia. Very nice. Thank you very much.
Well, I get the impression there that there won't be a rematch. I may be wrong, but the body language tells me something. The interpreter saying the rematch in Japan. The little Japanese trainer there, of course, being able to understand a bit of English.
Your most grueling battle in your
Quickly
career?
pounced on that.
I thought the first one was hard, but listen, don't be like that because, you know, I thought that the fight was pretty close because in the early part of the fight, we were communicating in the corner. We thought we were winning the early rounds, but there's no doubt about it, he finished strong. He finished strong, and I'm not taking nothing away from him. I wouldn't have been disappointed, honestly, if he went against me, but that's the way the judges saw it, and I'm very fortunate and I've been blessed again to save my title, but don't hold that against me. I put my heart out, as you can see, and again, I refuse to go down.
Well, Stan Longinidis still very distressed in centre ring and still emotionally
As you can see,
a little bit taken back.
As you can see, Satake is definitely a worthy contender. Some of the punishment I took, trust me, I felt like going down, but you guys inspired me. To get a crowd like this, I couldn't let you guys down. I'm really sorry. Sure, it's always the most prestigious way to win by getting a knockout, and I've had my fair share during my career. As you can see, the competition's getting a lot tougher. I want to thank the promoter, Chris Cronus, for putting on an excellent show again. I want to thank my team. I couldn't be here without my team, all you people. And I also want to thank some people that have showed some overwhelming enthusiasm to get behind my career. I love them very much. I'm talking about Graham and Robin Burke from Village Roadshow and the Kirby family. And for people like Kerry Packer and James Packer to take time out to come and see our show like this, we are very, very fortunate. I thank you very much. I thank my Heavenly Father, Jesus Christ. Thank you.
Well, a drawn contest here at the Melbourne Entertainment Centre for the World Super Heavyweight title. Stan Longinidis retains that title. Nick Zachariah. I suppose when we look at things, the Japanese did certainly finish the better and the quicker than Longinidis, but Longinidis, of course, still retaining the title. Will he go to international rules, or will he turn around and keep it under his title here in Victoria?
It's definitely hard to say whether Stan will go into national rules, because that is Satake's better fighting methods is international rules. Personally, I don't think Stan will fight international rules against Satake, but it would be a definite sight to watch if he does change his mind and go for it.
All right, it's been an enormous night here at the Melbourne Entertainment Centre. I hope you've enjoyed all the action. Been a tremendous card put on by Christopher Cronus. Until we next meet, Nick Zachariah, thanks for working with us. It's been a pleasure.
Much, Rob.
Okay, well done. We'll join you next time at a kickboxing match or bout near you.